Hello and welcome to another video. In this video I'll be making an underground bunker in Minecraft and show different ways you can hide your builds or make secret entrances. So let's get right into it. So starting off we need to find a good place, which the jungle looks nice there. Oh, there's also a cherry blossom biome. This actually looks like a good spot, so I will start off by making it over there. So let's get some materials. So I'm going to dig out these blocks, collect some dirt, and the reason for that is we need to cover it up later as the door blocks. So we're going to put 4 pistons here, 2 here, and 2 dirt over here. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. So imagine you're coming back to your base and you just walk by because there's of course absolutely nothing here. And yeah, there's nothing out of the ordinary and you come here. However, if you are a space owner, you will know to make this path block. You can go in, you can take your time, and you can enter your house and close it again. Yes, I ended up doing some work off camera. So now, the first room you enter, of course, is completely normal to be your bathroom. And you can come in, you have your sink, you have your hot tub with, just imagine that's water vapor, it looks very healthy. We have to fill the water here, you have to fill the water spout here. You have a toilet. And you have your shower, where I've already added some redstone. So, yes, this is where our next secret room is going to be. Okay, so for those of you who think I'm going to make a toilet entrance, I am. However, I also want a shower entrance, but not this lever because this one's being used. I think it's best if we use this one over here. So we're going to dig behind here, get some basic stuff again. And that we just need wire to that trapdoor, which should be quite easy. Yeah, that works. So you can shower, and when you stop showering, you can flick this open, and you can go here. Okay, great. So let's say you walk on from here, and this should be where our next room roughly ends up. The reason I'm digging this direction specifically is because we're going to make the toilet entrance next. So, the toilet entrance, how are we going to do that? We're going to do this via a comparator. And where's that at? It's over here. There's dirt here, which is a bit concerning. I have an idea. So what we're going to do is, you fill up the toilet, you from the sink, I don't know, you can get some water bottles, fill it up all the way, and then pressing the button flushes you into the toilet, kind of like in Harry Potter. So first we'll need to detect for a full toilet, for which I'll get a water bottle to see the different power levels, because maybe we can also make a specific one, like exactly 2. Now we have made a system that detects if it's exactly 2. So if we break the cauldron, put 1, 2, we have an output that we can read here. Good. And if it a third one would be to add it. Be added. It turns off. Excellent. Yes. So now we need to see what happens when you actually fill it up with 2. You would need to activate some kind of mechanism. I think a flying machine would be interesting. Yes, let's do that. Cauldrons are movable. Yes, they are. Of course they are. Where are we? Okay. So this is where the button output is. And we can have an AND gateway. Let's make some space here though. So AND gateway we'll make by adding torch here, redstone dust, and what's that? Minecraft Horror Edition. Okay, so we'll need a piston over here. Or is a double piston extender all we should put? So we can have that block retract. Nah, that's not so nice. Because 1, 2, 3, that it'd have to be a triple piston extender would still be bad. Okay, we'll do a flying machine. So I don't know. Yeah, you could peek a little bit, but that's how it'll have to be. Let's make the flying machine. Okay, I've done it. It's taken me way too long because, yeah, flying machines are not my thing. I don't really like them and they're a mess. However, I have done it. And it works like so. The cauldron has already been filled to the correct level, I believe. We can press the button, while lid 1 time slashes, and we slowly descend. And here we can walk past, and there's a way up again. We can press this button, and yeah. The reason I didn't make it that you have to be in the cauldron is because, yeah, once you came back up again, you couldn't leave. So, yes. And then of course we have this ulterior way in. That was mainly my maintenance hatch, because I had to keep going up and down while the flying machine was in the other position. Unfortunately, it's not hidden that well, but that's how it is. So now, the final room we have to design. But I am happy that I finally got this done. Oh, there's a block of iron there. That's a block the comparators on. Okay, now that hides the redstone a bit better. Now we shall build the last room, which is going to be this way after all. Okay, so I went ahead and built the bedroom. That's how it looks. There's people's prized possessions, their personal items chest, their main items, and we have a furnace and a crafting table. So now, the plan is, how will we make a hidden entrance? I think I want to have someone smelt something in the furnace, and then the crafting table pull back, or put a certain item in furnace, and I want to have another one, which, yeah, will be a surprise to see if you can guess what it will be. So, please suggestions, or no, not suggestions, your guesses in the comments to see what it will be, and I'll go and, yes, I'll start making the crafting table furnace one. Great, that works exactly as intended. So let's quickly. Oh, well, now the crafting table's done. Now I will build just a final room and the second secret entrance in here. So try and guess that in the comments. Hello again, and the build is done. So let me show you what we've got. So we walk up, and those who don't know that's here will walk by. But we know to make this a path block, and we can enter. We can close the door behind us, chill in the hot tub a bit, and we can use this entrance in. We're also going to send the flying machine down, and we can enter here. Then we move on to the next room, which, yeah, it's the master bedroom, which comes right after the bathroom, of course. And we're going to smelt a single lapis. Lapis ore. So then we can jump in. We reach this place where we can, of course, proceed to our vault with all of our diamonds. So that's the way in. Now the way out, we can go here to this and press this button, and excellent, we get switched with the armor stand. And if you want to use that way in for some reason, you can open this double chest, and yeah, that double chest controls the way in and out. Okay, yeah, now we can go in. So yeah, that's cool, and that's the other way in. And to come out here, we have to use the elevator. And if we want to disable the elevator, we can fill up with more water. So now I'm going to show all the redstone, starting off with the pathway detector. Here we have two signals. When the path gets passed, this becomes a transparent block, so this redstone turns off. That gets detected by the observer, which pulses the piston, although that still can be a bit faster. However, it also triggers this torch to flash the copper bulb, which opens the door. The door opens due to the fact that these two torches turn off, pulling these door blocks back, and then these turn off, pulling it to the sides. And the redstone goes from here up here, and it goes up this staircase up there to disable those two. This button just links to this line here, which also goes to the copper bulb. Next we have this hidden entrance here, which just goes right to the trapdoor, and that lever powers the block of water here, which can be used as the shower. Then we also have a hot tub, which is created with two campfires below. Here the cauldron entrance. First there's a redstone comparator detecting that's a signal strength of 2 when it is, and this button gets pressed, this piston retracts, updating this observer, causing the flying machine to go down. This button over here to send it down again is connected via this down here. The flying machine, by the way, is not my design. I'm not great at slimestone. I will link the tutorial to this in the description. However, it's really simple. It's just an observer, a normal piston, an observer, a sticky piston, and 4 blocks, and then a mirror on the other side, so it's not that complicated. And what do we have next? Yes, so when we get into this room, we of course have the furnace entrance and the armor stand swapper entrance. The furnace, there we have an item sorter, below an item filter for lapis, where the items are in here, where there's 1 lapis, 41 filler items, and the rest of the slots are all just 1 of each filler item. This then flashes this hopper, lets the lapis go in here. We have, I was going to put a lava burner here, but if it's not the correct item, it just gets dispensed into emptiness with this circuit. And if it is a lapis, the repeater that powers this torch also powers this repeater, which goes into a pulse extender, which then powers this piston briefly for a decent duration, and then you can go down. This room has no redstone, aside from that pressure plate. And here the item stands swapper. First we have this one, the trap chest, which powers that block there, of course, underneath it, which this repeater goes into this pulse shortener, which creates a 4-tick pulse, which goes once over here and once down to the piston a tick later. And we also have the button over here, which powers that redstone, which goes to the same thing. So yeah, that's the entire underground base. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed.